All right. So today we're going to talk about CPA negotiations, and we're going to run through this pretty fast. There's 10 things here I want you to be aware of if you're new to the space, and we're just going to jump right in. So the first is, for most organizations, trying to negotiate a CPA is a gigantic waste of time. That's because you get what you pay for. You'll get more for more, and you'll get less when you pay less. The reason is publishers are using some kind of revenue per impression, RPI, revenue per click, RPC, or some sort of relevance metric, some kind of conversion-based metric that is a close proxy for one of those two other ones. So what that means is your actual funnel from the moment your impression is served to the moment the affiliate gets paid, that's what actually matters. And CPA is a part of that equation, but it's not the whole thing. Try to back into a competitive RPI or RPC. And if you're doing that, you're going to be good. And the good news here is if you ask the publishers, hey, what's a good RPI on your ecosystem, they're incentivized to just tell you the truth. So 2, new entrants coming into a marketplace or an affiliate channel need to bid more than the incumbent. So why is that? That's because when you come in, you're fighting to get the attention that the incumbents already have. They've been optimizing their program for years. And the reason that matters is because your funnel and your ad position are likely to be worse than theirs. And if you don't set a competitive CPA right out of the gate, you're likely to compound the problem and make it worse. So my guidance would be to do the opposite. When you're new, come in, figure out what market looks like, bid slightly higher. That'll help you make up for the other deficiencies you're likely to have. Before we go to number 3 here for a second, let's just level set what we're even talking about when we say CPA. Cost per acquisition. This is the fee that you've agreed to pay the affiliate. Tends to be a fixed fee. It can vary by FICO or by anything else you've previously agreed to, but it's a fixed fee you pay at the end of the funnel after you've booked the account. And that's in contrast with, say, a paid social or a paid search channel where you're paying per click or you're paying for an impression or something at the top of the funnel. The bottom of the funnel outcome we're talking about it. An equivalent here would be a CAC. So I'm going to keep rolling with the CPA, but I wanted to define it before I go any further. So the third thing, if you're a top 3 or a top 5 player already in your category, you may be able to throw your weight around, as the affiliates are likely going to fight or stretch on CPA because they want your product in their marketplace. So if you're not a top 3 or a top 5, it's unlikely the publisher is going to be motivated to add you to the marketplace unless the pure math of the deal works for them. Fourth thing to be aware of, small affiliates on average will charge lower CPAs than large affiliates. This is probably obvious and self-evident, but I do see it play out in practice, and this is just a pure market power thing. Number 5, using CPA as a lever to optimize the margin in your program is a super slippery and dangerous game to play. So I've seen folks new to the category, performance marketers, come in, and it's kind of easy to fool yourself into thinking you won or you did something good when you negotiated a lower CPA with a publisher, only to learn later that the vintages you booked under the lower CPA were lower quality and likely fewer in quantity as well than the vintages you booked at a higher CPA. So just be very careful and keep a close eye on quality if you're going to play with CPA as a margin lever. 6, you need to keep your eye on rank and ad position very closely. And this connects to the previous point. If your rank is deteriorating, that may be a sign you need to adjust your CPA up. Again, the problem is likely your monetization funnel isn't right. So your click-through rate might be too low, your application rate might be too low, your approval rate might be too low. The nice thing about CPA is it's easy to move and it's easy to move fast. So if you need to make a quick move, you see your rank, your ad position, your rank deteriorating, your volumes deteriorating, quality deteriorating, CPA is a quick lever, but you're not going to know whether to pull it unless you're keeping a close eye on it. Number 7, beyond the minimum standards platforms tend to set, they'll tend to accept almost any bid on CPA. But if you come in too low, either intentionally or because you didn't do your research on the market, don't expect much to come out of the channel. Again, your funnel's not competitive. Your placements won't be competitive. You're at risk for adverse select, lower volumes than you would have otherwise gotten, etc. Number 8, as a head of partnerships, be careful with FP&A teams when it comes to CPA reduction conversations. So I've seen this come up when you kind of look at a book of business and the lender's like, I'd really wish my blended CAC across all these channels were lower to help me hit some kind of goal for the company. And often these affiliate deals stand out because unlike direct mail or search, where you have to earn the CAC or the CPA through performance, in affiliate, folks can be kind of mesmerized by the fact that you can just simply go instruct your affiliate publishers to reduce the rate 10, 15, 20%, and they'll oftentimes accommodate you there. What an FP&A team might miss here is a typical vendor, a non-publisher, non-affiliate partner, will normally deliver more or less the same regardless of what you pay them. But affiliate marketing partners rarely deliver the same for less. So credit risk officers, CMOs, they generally understand this, especially folks that have been in lending for many years. Pull those folks into the conversation before a CFO or someone in FP&A convinces you to make a change in your deals when you believe the second order impacts that I just described haven't been fully incorporated. Number 9, lenders and affiliates both still do play games when it comes to CPA. And I think it's mostly a waste of time regardless of who initiates. So I want to share a short story. A lender received an email one morning. Of course, it was nicely worded and everything. That was basically asking them to pay more starting on a date 2 weeks out, or that they would lose their number 1 position. And then the lender, who's a seasoned veteran in the industry, looked at it and saw it for what it was. They viewed it as a move from the publisher. So the problems were, 1, it came from a person that individual who received it had never met. 2, it wasn't coming from an affiliate with a lot of market power. 3, it was a big increase. It was a 60%, 60. I mean, it was to a level that made acquiring the customer unprofitable. And the consequences for not meeting the ask on the increase weren't clear. It wasn't clear to the person receiving the message if they would move to the 2nd position or the 3rd or out of the top 5 entirely. And it was for those reasons the lenders simply ignored the message. They kept a close eye on the rankings, on the page. That due date came around and the position didn't change. Only months later did the lender move slightly down in the rankings, and it was to a level that didn't merit engaging any further on the topic, really, with the publisher. And number 10, and this is the bottom line. So if you treat CPA, like where you set your CPA, if you treat that more like a math problem with a heavy research component and less like a negotiation where you might go seek like Chris Voss style tips and tricks on what to say and how to say it and how to maneuver and play that chess game, treat it more like a quantitative problem, you're much more likely to land in the right place and make the right decisions. So, P.S., this episode today was recorded, edited, published all in the same day. So I'm curious to know how this lo-fi version compares to the other episodes. If you like it a lot more, let me know. If you like it a lot less, please do the same. And before we sign off, a quick plug here for my business. It's called New Market Growth, and we help fintech lenders find explosive growth in affiliate marketing channels. We tend to focus on credit card and personal loan categories, but lenders in any category, we are happy to chat and see if there might be a fit to work together. Drop me a line if you'd like to learn more, and I will see you next time.